Back to school, back to chaos. Alyssa returned to campus after the long holiday, her heart heavy with mixed emotions. The break had been a whirlwind of realizations and changes. Jackson had opened her eyes to feelings she didn't fully understand before, leaving her questioning everything she thought she knew about herself and about Kayla. As she walked into the dorm, Kayla was already waiting for her, her face lighting up the moment she saw Alyssa. "You're finally back!" Kayla exclaimed, pulling Alyssa into a tight hug. "I missed you so much." Alyssa tensed slightly but smiled. "I missed you too." Kayla didn't seem to notice Alyssa's hesitation. She dragged her inside, already chattering about everything she'd been up to over the break. Alyssa nodded along, but her mind was elsewhere. Drifting apart in the days that followed, Kayla tried to rekindle their closeness. She'd find reasons to touch Alyssa's hand, brush her shoulder, or sit closer than necessary. But Alyssa started pulling away, her responses colder, her demeanor distant. One evening, as Kayla leaned in to kiss her, Alyssa turned her head. "What's wrong?" Kayla asked, her voice laced with confusion. "Nothing," Alyssa muttered, avoiding her gaze. Kayla frowned but didn't push. For days, she tried again and again, but Alyssa's walls seemed impenetrable. The confrontation one afternoon, Kayla couldn't take it anymore. She cornered Alyssa in their dorm room, her arms crossed, her expression a mix of hurt and frustration. "All right, Alyssa," Kayla said, her voice firm. "What's going on? Why are you acting like this? Why are you shutting me out?" Alyssa hesitated, her heart pounding. She knew she couldn't avoid the truth anymore. I met someone," Alyssa admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. Kayla froze, her eyes narrowing. "What do you mean, you met someone?" "An old friend," Alyssa continued, looking down at her hands. "His name is Jackson. We reconnected over the holiday, and I think I'm in love with him." Kayla stared at her, her jaw tightening. "You're in love with him? What about us? What about everything we had?" "Kayla, I don't know if what we had was real," Alyssa said, her voice trembling. "Maybe it was because I wasn't well exposed, and you were the first person to make me feel seen." Kayla's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "So, what? I was just some experiment for you?" "No. It wasn't like that," Alyssa said quickly. "I cared about you, Kayla. I still do. But I'm realizing now that I wasn't sure who I was or what I wanted. I didn't mean to hurt you." Kayla let out a bitter laugh. "Is that why you ignored my calls during the holiday? Because you were too busy with him? Cheating on me?" "I wasn't cheating on you," Alyssa said firmly. "When you asked me for a relationship, I told you I needed to think about it. I wasn't sure if I was a lesbian or not. I'm sorry, Kayla, if I hurt you. I really am." Kayla shook her head, stepping back as if Alyssa's words had physically struck her. "You didn't just hurt me, Alyssa. You broke me. I trusted you." Alyssa reached out, but Kayla backed away. "Don't," she said coldly. "Don't touch me." The room fell into a tense silence before Kayla turned on her heel and stormed out. A new normal. The next morning, Alyssa woke up to find Kayla's side of the room empty. Her belongings were gone. A quick inquiry revealed that Kayla had requested to change rooms. In the dining hall, Kayla sat alone, deliberately avoiding eye contact with Alyssa. Even when their friends tried to bridge the gap, Kayla made it clear she wanted nothing to do with her former roommate. Alyssa felt a pang of guilt every time she saw Kayla sitting by herself, her once vibrant personality now shrouded in silence. She wanted to fix things, but she knew she couldn't force Kayla to forgive her. One evening, as Alyssa sat alone in her room, her phone buzzed. It was a message from Jackson. "Hey, I miss you. Can I come visit this weekend?" Alyssa stared at the screen, her heart heavy. She knew if Jackson came, it would drive an even bigger wedge between her and Kayla. After reconnecting with Jackson during the holiday, Alyssa's return to campus was marked by a noticeable distance between her and Kayla. Despite Kayla's efforts to restore their previous closeness, Alyssa remained reserved, her thoughts often drifting to Jackson. Her love for Jackson became so strong that she started to miss him. The little moments they had, how Jackson was the first man to penetrate her, is still vivid in her mind. She wanted more, she wants to sleep in his arms always, she couldn't imagine how deeply she loved him. One weekend, Jackson visited Alyssa at her school. They spent the day exploring the campus, sharing laughter, and creating new memories. Their bond deepened, solidifying Alyssa's feelings for him. As Alyssa approached her final year of college, Jackson planned a special evening. Under a starlit sky, he knelt and proposed. Overwhelmed with joy, Alyssa accepted, and they began preparing for their future together. In the spirit of reconciliation, Alyssa sent Kayla a wedding invitation, hoping to mend their fractured friendship. However, Kayla's response was curt, "I'm not interested in anything that concerns you." On the wedding day, as Alyssa mingled with guests, she was taken aback to see Kayla standing quietly at the back. Approaching her, Alyssa said, "I didn't expect you'd come." Kayla offered a soft smile. "I couldn't forgive myself if I missed your wedding. I'm sorry for how I handled things." Tears welled up in Alyssa's eyes as they embraced. "I respect who you are, but this is me now." Kayla nodded. "Having you as a friend is a blessing because you're honest." They shared a laugh, the weight of past tensions lifting, and celebrated the beginning of a renewed friendship. The finale. Did you know we've got another amazing channel? It's called Story Place, your new favorite destination for captivating tales. Click the link in the comments to subscribe now, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a single update. Show some love here too while you wait for our next thrilling video.